Hey everyone, it's Emma. Today we're making this tote bag. I think that this is going to be my new gym bag. I chose to make mine in this like monochromatic design. If you wanted to make yours a solid color or any other colors, like feel free. You can even do a contrast stitching, which I think would be really cute. Every single panel on this bag is a rectangle made up of half double crochets. So you can make this bag as big or as small as you like. You can make the straps as thin or as thick as you like. But I'm going to show you the measurements for this bag along the way, so if you want to make the exact size that I have here, you can do that. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, but let's go ahead and make this one together. Alright, this is the yarn that I'm using today. It's just from Spotlight and I will be using a 7mm hook. So we're going to start by making a slip knot. And then once you have your slip knot, insert your hook and go ahead and create a chain the width that you want your bag to be. So we're going to make a really long rectangular piece, which is going to be the entire outside of the bag. So just go ahead and make your chain the width that you want your bag to be. I have a chain of 30 here and it ends up being about 39-40 centimeters. From here, go ahead and chain 2, yarn over and not into that third but that fourth loop. Go ahead and take a half double crochet. So half double crochet is yarn over into the next loop, yarn over, pull through. You've got 3 on your hook, yarn over, pull through 3. And it'll just be a row of half double crochets all the way to the very end. All right, so I've taken my row of half double crochets all the way to the very end. Once you're here, chain 2, turn your work, and yarn over, go into both V's here. So you've got like a little V here, go through both of those, and half double crochets all the way across. And this is the pattern, it's all just half double crochets, and you're going to keep making this until you have a rectangle large enough to be your bag. So I'm going to go ahead and do rows of half double crochets and I'll show you what I've got. Alright, and I've finished my first panel here. So I ended up doing 29 rows of half double crochets here. The total size of this panel is about 71 centimeters. So once you've got your panel, you want to decide how like structured you want the inside or the base to be. So we're going to create another panel that goes in the middle here that will determine the width of the bag, or how much you can kind of like fit inside. So I'm going to make a panel maybe like this thick from here to here, so that this will be the front of my bag and then this will be the back of my bag. So I'm going to do that in another color. So I'm using the same kind of yarn but in white. Start with a slip knot and create a chain long enough to be what you want the base of your bag to be. Alright, and I've got a chain here that measures 16 centimeters. Just like before, go ahead and chain 2. Yarn over into that next stitch, half double crochet, and we're taking half double crochets all the way across, and we'll keep doing this until we have another rectangular panel that will match what the length of your bag on the side is. I've finished my white panel here. It's again just all half double crochets. For reference, it is about 15 centimeters by 85. So 15 by 85. And this is because this is my back panel that we just made. And this white panel is going to go in the middle here, and the bag is going to come up the sides, and this white panel is going to be the structure for the side piece here. So we'll go ahead and we'll make our straps first, and then we can put it all together. Straps are again the same pattern, so it's just half double crochets. I chose to do a chain of 5, but you can make your straps as thick or as thin as you like here. So I've gone ahead and made 2 of them. For reference, they are about 5 centimeters by 88. All right, so let's go ahead and attach our white base with our front and back panel, or our main body panel here. I'm going to use black yarn for this, but you can use whatever yarn you want. I'm going to start with a slip knot. So this is how I'm going to do it. My bag is 70, or my main base panel is 70 centimeters. Half of that is 35, so that's going to be right here. I'm just going to grab my white panel then, and I'm going to bring it so that I've got an even amount of stitches on both sides. So if my bag is 15 across, it's going to be about 7 or 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In this stitch here, I'm going to make sure that it is in line with that 35, which is here. Then I want to make sure that my stitches on each side are going to marry up to my corners. So I'm just going to place stitch markers here just to hold my bag panels in place. And then I'm going to start here at the corners. All right, so I'm here at the corners. I'm going to line them up, insert into my yarn. I'm going to pull that through, yarn over and pull through to secure. And I'm going to take single crochets into every single stitch, making sure that I'm going into both the white and the back panel. All right, so this is how my work is looking. What I'm going to do to make sure that everything lines up is I'm going to take the 2 corners on the other side, and I'm just going to bring a stitch marker to bring those pieces together. And then you want to kind of look at the base or the bottom of your work and hold it up. And here, about here is, see, you can kind of see that I've done it on the other side, but here is how it's going to sit. So I'm going to keep going till I reach this corner. I hope you can kind of see what I'm doing here, but we're going to keep going until we get to this corner, and then we'll be attaching the base and then the sides. So I'm going to go to this stitch marker and then I'll show you what to do at this bottom piece. All right, so I'm nearing my stitch marker here. So I'm going to continue these single crochets right up until I get to that corner. Now that I'm here, you can go ahead and remove that stitch marker. And this is where it gets like a little bit different. So here we kind of had a stitch to go through, but because it's now going to change, we're actually going to kind of just force our way through a couple of stitches like that and then go into the base. And this is what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to keep going through like a few stitches here in the white and then go through that base color again. And I'm going to do this all the way across until I reach my next corner. All right, and I've made it to my corner. I've got my other top part of my 2 pieces stitch markered together. So you just keep working the same way you have been. So just continue those single crochets all the way until you make it to this corner piece. All right, and I've made it to my stitch marker, so I just go ahead and remove that one and finish it off with another 2 stitches. And then here I'm going to chain 1, cut my yarn, pull through and pull tight. So this is what it should look like. I've already done the other side, and so we've got like the outside basic shell of our bag. On the inside, if you like, you can take slip stitches all the way across so that this bottom piece is nice and attached and then nothing can kind of go missing underneath. I had a hard time filming that, so just if you like, you can take slip stitches to attach that base. The next thing that we're going to do though is attach the straps. And the straps are going to be attached in the same way that you can slip stitch this base piece. So just kind of follow that same notion. And our strap is going to go across the front and back panels of our bag like this. So you want to make sure that this first piece lines up to where this white section on the inside is, because that's the base of your bag. And you also need to decide how far you want your straps to be in, meaning they can be closer together or they can be further apart depending on how much you like. So I've decided that I want mine to be about 8 centimeters away from the edge. So I'm going to make sure that my first strap here is 8 centimeters away, and then I'll come back and measure it on the other side. So here on this side, let's go ahead and attach our strap with some stitch markers. So the first thing that I want to do is grab that tape measure again, measure maybe I'll do 7 centimeters. So about here. And then do the same at the top, 7 centimeters again. So that's about here. All right, so I've got my first strap kind of just stitch marked here. What you want to do is from the inside of your bag, find the base of your bag, go through both the back panel or your black panel and go all the way through to the top. Slip knot with your yarn, and you can do a contrasting color if you like. I'm just going to stick with white and pull it through. Reinsert into your next stitch. Yarn over, pull through. So I've just got my hand in here and I'm just going to take these slip stitches all the way across. When you come through on the inside, make sure, see how there's 2 yarns on my hook? Make sure you complete that slip stitch by bringing that yarn through so that you only have 1 before you move on to bringing your hook back through. Yarn over, pull through. 2 pieces of yarn on my hook, slip stitch, pull it through. So I'm going to continue this until I have attached my strap, and I'll show you what I've got. All right, so I've made it back up to my stitch marker, and you can see that this is what it looks like on the inside where you've just taken all of your slip stitches. So now I'm going to go ahead and remove this stitch marker, and I'm going to continue doing slip stitches. Oh, I've just pulled out a few, but I'm going to continue doing slip stitches back across and back down. And it's actually now probably a little bit easier to see. So just go through both sides, yarn over, pull through, 2 on your hook, slip stitch it through. So my strap is now attached. I'm going to go all the way down the bottom and come back to this stitch marker. All right, so this is what it looks like once you have one strap attached. So I did a 7 centimeter space on this side. I'm going to take a 7 centimeter space on this side. So you just want to bring your strap around and making sure at the top here it's not twisted, so it's flush and it's straight. And I'm going to measure 7 centimeters away from here, and I will stitch marker my strap in place. And at the top, another 7 centimeters away, and I will stitch marker my strap in place. So the same way that we attach this strap, now I'm just going to take slip stitches all the way across and back. All right, and this is my strap all attached. And this is what it looks like on the inside. It's just got the slip stitching. I also did some slip stitching on the base. I did black because I didn't want it to show on the bottom. So now that we've done that one strap, we're going to go ahead and attach the other one in the exact same way. All right, so both of my straps are attached. So now all I'm going to do is sew in all of my ends and make sure everything is super secure on the inside, and then I'll show you the finished product. And that is it, you guys. You have made yourself your very own tote bag. Comment below what color you make yours in, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.